Ms. Hendricks, you were once in a committed relationship with the defendant, Mr. Pacheco. Now you say the doubts about your 6-month-old son Isaiah's paternity has destroyed your relationship and torn the rest of your family apart.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Pacheco, you say your doubts about paternity began when you overheard a conversation with Ms. Hendricks' family member and another man who claimed to be the baby's father.
Yes, Your Honor.
And furthermore, you recently moved out of the home you once shared and will not return unless DNA results prove little Isaiah is indeed your son.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Hendricks, please share with the court how this all unraveled for you and Mr. Pacheco.
Well, he's listening to rumors that an ex-boyfriend is possibly the father of our son. The rumors are coming from my brother, which is with him. We met about 2 years ago. We met online. About 3 months after talking online, we met in person. We moved in together within like 4 months of meeting each other. It was like love at first sight. Like I think we both fell in love over the telephone before we even met.
So you all were in a real relationship?
Yes.
You had love for one another? Was it a committed relationship?
Yeah, we was together every day. Like we was never apart. We was inseparable every day.
And so at some point you realize you're pregnant?
Yes, and we was both happy. It was like very exciting, like the whole pregnancy, up until I was about 7 months pregnant, when my brother and him had a conversation, and my brother told him that he possibly may not be the father because he's seen the ex around.
But before the ex situation, I heard her over talking on the phone with a family member. The family member kept telling her, your ex wants me to tell you to tell the baby that I love him, that I want to be there for him. Before I go to jail, please keep in contact with me, and all that type of things. And ways I feel heartbroken. And then I was like, yeah, that's what started giving me more doubts. After getting more doubts about the situation, you know, Mr. Hendricks here that's on the side of me, you know, he started to, one day we went out.
No, that's not true.
And, you know, he started telling me things about that he's seen the ex-boyfriend, you know, at the house, or at the time that me and her was talking. And that, for me, it broke my heart, you know, because I do love her. You know, I do want to be with her, and I do want to, hopefully that the test do come back saying that that is my son. You know what I'm saying? Because when I got to see him be born, you know, when I got to see him be born, that's the first time, you know, it's my first son. I don't got no kids, 26 years old. And this is really breaking us apart. You know, so it's rumor here, rumor there.
No, Your Honor, there was a rumor when I was 7 months pregnant. That's when it came from my own brother that he thought that he was possibly not the father. And then we got past that. Like, he left me when I was 7 months pregnant. The whole pregnancy, the rest of my pregnancy, I was by myself on, which was very depressing.
Okay, so then why?
When I let him be in the delivery room, he wanted to be in the delivery room. He came to the hospital with me. I didn't see him since I was 7 months when I went into labor. He was in the room with me. He seen the baby be born, and he cut the umbilical cord and everything.
Yeah, but then after that, a family member of hers says, oh, that's the mailman's baby.
No.
You know, that for me.
While you were at the hospital?
No, that was when we had a family gathering at Mrs.
That's because my son has blue eyes and light hair.
That her family member came and said.
And light skin.
Said, oh, that's the mailman's baby. My reaction when they said that, I was mad. I walked out. I didn't know what to do. And then an ex out there, whatever time it was, for him to say, oh, that's my son. I love him. I can't wait to see him. When I get out of jail, I want to just keep in contact with you. That's what really hurt me the most. Why you want to be with somebody that's in jail all the time? What future do he got?
And he's talking about an ex that I haven't seen since I got with him. The summer me and him got together is when I cut it off with the ex. I haven't seen him since then. I was talking to a close family member on the phone, on speakerphone, because I was doing the dishes. I was busy. So the person was like, well, I seen such and such, and he thinks that he's Isaiah's dad. And I'm like, what? Like, I was shocked. And then he overhears it, and he hears me responding back, and I'm like, I don't know why he would even think that. Like, what, you know, I didn't even, this just came out of nowhere.
So
like,
you think your ex just made this up?
Yeah, because I guess he said that when he went to jail, I was the last girl that he was dating. And then when he got out of jail, he's like, oh, how is Angela doing? And then to my mother, and my mother's like, oh, she had a baby, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, oh, then he went around telling everyone that he thinks that the baby is his. I don't understand where that would come from in any way, because I haven't even seen this guy.
Your Honor, but for me too, saying about her mother was the one that gave the dude the number, her ex, the number to get in contact back and forth, all about the baby situation. For me, it really bothered me and it hurted me, you know what I'm saying? Because at one point, I felt like her mother was like a mother to me. And how she gonna come and, you know, stab me in the back
She did not mean no harm.
You don't understand how I really feel though.
Okay, I do understand how you feel, but maybe my mom didn't know.
You don't.
Like,
This being my first baby, you don't even know how I feel though.
Yeah, I do know.
You don't.
Because it breaks my heart, because when I was pregnant and when our son was born, he didn't even sign a birth certificate. The day he was there for when I, did labor.
Also too, Your Honor, can I speak? Also too, when she was 7 months pregnant, me and her got into a little like disagreement at the hospital, right? She gonna go ahead and say like, we got into a verbal discussion. So I got kicked out the hospital that day. When I got kicked out the hospital.
You got kicked out the hospital because you were being rude to me. I wasn't doing nothing to you.
Like when she was 7 months pregnant, she came out and say, oh, you might not be the dad of baby Isaiah. And for her to say
so
that to me,
that actually came out of your mouth,
her mouth.
Ms. Hendricks?
Yes.
You said that.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell.
You know, we hear women say in this courtroom all the time, when you get angry and you tell a man that this isn't their child, you can't unring that bell. You rang it. Now what's in his mind?
Yeah, I understand.
Along with all the other things everybody else is saying.
And another thing too, Your Honor,
well, the thing about it just came about a couple months ago.
The baby, got relieved from the hospital, whatever. When I got kicked out, I tried to sign the birth certificate. If you see, his name is Isaiah Hendricks, it's not Isaiah Pacheco.
I cannot make him Pacheco if he wasn't there.
But every time I called you and I told you for us to make an appointment, you never wanted to do it. You always had excuses for everything.
It's like a process.
You had
it's not
excuses
something
for
I
everything.
could just call and be like, oh, I want to change his name.
Look how.
So, Mr. Pacheco, let me
Okay,
understand this. Let me understand this. You say your intention the day you were in the hospital was to sign that birth certificate.
Yes.
What happened that prevented you? You got thrown out?
Yeah, I got kicked out.
Because you all had a disagreement.
Like a little.
And I kept
it was a
telling him
petty
to be quiet,
disagreement
or you're
though.
about
It was.
to end up leaving, and he kept going.
She kicked me out. Like, I got forced out the hospital.
Yeah,
whatever.
I didn't kick you out. The nurse kicked you out.
Mr. Pacheco, you've brought a witness today. We'd like to hear from him. Please stand. State your name for the court, sir.
Matthew Hendricks.
Mr. Hendricks, okay. You are Ms. Hendricks'
His brother.
brother. And yet you're Mr. Pacheco's witness.
And also Mrs. Ferrone's fiance.
Wow. So this truly is a family divided.
Yes.
Yes.
It's like tearing us all apart.
Do you believe Mr. Pacheco has reason to have doubt that he's the father of Ms. Hendricks' baby?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Really? Why is that?
Well, when we was all living together at the beginning of their relationship, I was living with my sister. And I had noticed coming back and forth from work that there was this other man kind of hanging out. But one morning when I was leaving for work, I had noticed that this man's belongings was on the living room floor. I don't know exactly what went on, but that had caused some suspicion.
But that was different times, like totally different times. He came after that, the ex. He came after.
You had them both.
They was time.
It was together.
No, it was
so
not.
wrong.
It was
That's
totally
so
different
wrong.
time.
So wrong.
And even if it wasn't, you're my brother. Like even if I not saying anything, but
when
why would you even say
say
anything?
he was there in the morning, you mean you believe he spent the night?
Yeah.
Miss Hendricks, you gotta understand, your own brother is telling Mr. Pacheco that there was another man intermingled during the time you were with him, and that he has reason to doubt.
Yeah, and that breaks my heart because this is my brother.
You don't think it breaks my heart finding out that's my baby or not?
Explain, Mr. Pacheco, explain it, because I don't know if she feels your pain, and I certainly see it.
She don't, because I look at him every day and there's a doubt in my head, like, if he's not my son. The bottom I got one in 7 months. I've been there. You know, I did everything for that kid. Bought him clothes, bought him diapers. Yeah, there's times now that I'm not there like I used to be. But why is that? All the rumors. You know what I'm saying? She don't see that.
It breaks my heart because I feel that he doesn't even treat him or look at him like he looks at him so different now. And he deserves a lot better than that. Like, I was raised, I didn't have my biological father around.
I didn't have mine either.
And he didn't either. And I do not want my son to ever go through that.
Your Honor, look, at the point, what my son is going through right now, I'll go through that with my dad. Because my dad is, you know, denying me and my older sister. I was never raised with a mom or a dad. The one that raised me all my life was my grandmother. She gave me everything. You know what I'm saying? And I want the same thing for him. I want him to have me and her in his life. You know what I'm saying? Because I do love her. If I didn't love her, I wouldn't even be here right now. I would have been like other dads and just walked out and said, you know what, I don't even care. And then another thing too, like, look at his eyes. They got blue eyes. You know what I'm saying? Look at my eyes. I got brown eyes.
green
I got
eyes.
dark hair.
Comes from the grandma.
I got green eyes.
Comes from the grandma.
My brother don't, he
Your
has
mom gotta
green
do
eyes.
nothing
I mean, I don't know.
So
if blue
when
eyes
you
came
look
from-
at this
I got brown
beautiful little
skin,
boy,
white.
you just don't see yourself, and it makes you nervous. It makes you concerned.
do.
It makes you fearful.
They do.
His own family think that that's not his son due to his light hair color and his eyes being blue.
Just for that, just to let you know.
His family is so many
to let
people.
you know, even your other baby daddy came and told you, oh, that don't even look like him. That could be the other baby daddy.
I can't control what people say, but I know who's his father.
Yeah, well, you don't understand how really that hurts me. Because you're not in my shoes. That's
I
your
can't
that's your
control
son
what people say,
regardless.
though.
But you
What
wasn't
am I
in her
supposed to
shoes when
say?
you left her, right? You wasn't in her shoes when you left her.
Why wasn't in her shoes?
If I'm
Because
supposed to be
family
the
didn't
woman
like
you
me.
love,
The only
you love
person,
me,
the only
but
person,
you don't trust me
the only
and believe
person,
anything
the only
I
person
say.
in her family that likes me is him. He the one that stuck with me through everything.
Yeah, because I'm on her side the whole time. I'm gonna be on her side no matter what.
Okay, ma'am,
Yes.
since you're talking, step up to the podium. Say your name,
Marcelina Ferrone,
and you are,
her best friend and Mr. Hendricks' fiance.
okay. What do you know about this situation?
He was there 100%. Me and Mr. Hendricks, we have a 7-month-old daughter together. I see my nephew every day growing up without his dad in his life. Oh, he's missing Dada. He's missing crawling. He's missing the first walk. He's missing so much out of his life. I'm there for her through thick and thin. When he wasn't there buying her diapers, who was? I was. This causes conflict between mine and Mr. Hendricks' relationship. I can't bring it up
And
at
me
home.
and my brother's relationship.
I can't bring it up at home because I'm scared that my daughter's gonna miss out on her father because of the drama.
This is like, it ruined us. I don't think we'll ever have the relationship that we had before.
We used to all double date together. He was there all the time. Yeah, the ex was there sometimes, but he was there all the time. We double dated.
The ex wasn't there.
He wasn't there all the
when
time. He was there sometimes, but they broke it off. I'm her best friend. She tells me everything.
So wait,
Everything.
I'm glad you stood up to testify, Miss Ferrone. Because you say that the ex was there sometime,
He was
but
there,
he
like-
was there all
in
the
the
time.
beginning, when me and him was just talking, we didn't meet. I was dating the ex.
Hold on one second, Ms. Hendricks. I want to get something straight from Ms. Ferrone's testimony. Now, you said while she was with Mr. Pacheco.
No. He was not around when she was with Mr. Pacheco. The ex was not there.
Okay.
She broke it off.
Okay, that's not what you just said, though.
In the beginning
But-
stages, it was
On the record, you said he was there all of the time, and the ex was there some of the time.
When they first started, yeah, like for like a week, he would try to the
I
ex
don't
would
think
still try to.
So,
come.
Mr. Hendricks, is this the time you're talking about?
more or less, yeah.
Mr. Hendricks, do you feel like baby Isaiah looks like Mr. Pacheco?
It's extremely hard to tell on a baby, Your Honor. I mean, I've seen a lot of counts.
Mr. Pacheco, you say if Isaiah's not your biological child, you can't be there.
No.
You said you can't be in a relationship with her.
There's no way I could forgive her.
I cannot imagine a man not wanting to be in a child's life. I can't. He has a bond with this child.
Look how white Isaiah is.
And my baby
I'm
is
white.
white. My baby's white. I have a 7-month-old daughter. They are 3 weeks apart, me and Mr. Hendricks. My baby is white as can be, and look at me.
Look at his dad.
Look at her daddy.
It's the blue eyes, it's funny, but it's not like I got brown eyes and he got brown eyes and our baby got blue eyes. I got color eyes.
Ooh, I'm ready for the
And he's
results.
white though. That's what I don't
Jerome. I'm not gonna sit up and argue about how white a baby is.
Hey,
Hold my hand.
that's
Hold my
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics and they read as follows. Pacheco, pertaining to 6-month-old Isaiah, Mr. Pacheco, you are his father.
That's good. My nephew has a father. That's good. That's good.
I'm sorry for everything I put you through.
I'm happy for all of you.
Thank you.
And I say that only to point out that secrets, lies, and a lack of trust, it can permeate the fabric of any relationship. Now you have the truth. The question is, will you use that truth as a building block to create a better foundation in your relationship? This was very difficult, but you've made it through, you got the truth, and now it's time to figure out what you want to do for baby Isaiah's sake. And if you don't want to be together, that's fine. Just raise him and raise him well, okay?
Okay.
I wish you all the best of luck. Court is adjourned.
Mrs. Holland, you say you could be served divorce papers at any moment because your promiscuous past has caused your husband to doubt your 2-year-old son, Bentley. You petitioned the court for a DNA test in hopes to save your marriage. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Holland, you say your wife is an admitted serial cheater and you doubt you're her son's biological father. You have evidence to support your claim.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so Ms. Holland, I'll start with you. Why are today's results so important to your relationship?
Because I want to be able to keep my marriage together. He's the rock in our household. He's the foundation. He's a loving father to our son, and I don't know what I would do without him financially, emotionally, mentally. He is everything to the both of us, and I don't know what I would do without him in my world.
So there's a lot on the line,
Yes, Your Honor.
and you feel your marriage crumbling
Yes.
right under your feet.
Yes, Your Honor.
So do you admit to your past transgressions?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, you admit it?
Yes.
So you know you've been out there cheating?
I have been texting other people, but I have never, not once, ever slept with anybody else.
So, Mr. Holland, is your marriage on the line?
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell the court how.
Everything in my life is connected to my son. He's my rock. He's everything to me. And I don't know what I would do without him. I've already been in one relationship where I've lost a child to a woman who lied to me for so long, and I found out he was not mine. So this is my end. I don't know where else to go.
And I see the tears in your eyes as you speak. In your heart of hearts, you are wrestling with a doubt you cannot escape.
In my gut, I've used my gut 1,000,000 times in 1,000 different life or death situations. I'm a Marine. My whole life has been dependent on my gut. It's never steered me wrong, even though I pray to God I'm wrong this time.
Well, thank you for your service, first off. So can you take me to the nature of your relationship? How'd you meet?
We were 12, she was 12, I was 14. We met through a family friend. We've been best friends our entire life. We've always talked. We've had a pretty great relationship. I deployed overseas and come home. She was there for me to talk to. She's always been there in the background playing some role in my life, no matter what it was. She was the one who helped me find my path from my transition from being in the Marine Corps to being a civilian.
This sounds beautiful.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then at some point you decide to get married.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell me about that.
Well, we started dating because he was supposed to stay the weekend at my house, and he kind of stayed the weekend and then never left. And I had some people that I was talking to that were male. He didn't approve of, but I continued talking to them anyhow. And he constantly caught them on my phone, their names, their text messages, Snapchats, Facebook messages. He didn't like it. We were constantly fighting, and I ended up pregnant in April. And I remember the conception date. It was March 31st is what the doctors told us. And I remember it like it was yesterday because we had some really rough anger sex.
Some what? Some rough anger sex?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, I done heard of makeup sex, but I never heard of some anger sex.
He had me by the hair. He had me on all fours. He had me by my hips, and he hit me so hard, I felt like it was in my throat.
Hit you?
With his equipment.
Oh, darn. I asked. Okay, I'm back. So you have your anger sex, then what happens?
Well, I ended up pregnant, and when I went to the doctor, I was 8 weeks along, and we had a amazing, happy pregnancy. He was there for all the doctor's appointments, all the ultrasounds. He cried when he found out it was a boy, and he just was overwhelmed because he finally had a baby with the woman that he loved the most, which was me, until he kept saying that he didn't think it was his because of my promiscuous past.
And all the things I've caught her doing.
And what?
All the things I've caught her doing.
All the things you've caught her doing.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So let's get into that. What did you catch her doing?
I have caught her texting or sexting other men. She's admitted to me spending time with another man. She swears she didn't do anything, but...
So you actually submitted an exhibit to the court.
Yes, Your Honor. I brung evidence.
You did. I'd like to see that. Please tell the court what this exhibit represents.
The weekend after we found out she was pregnant, we were laying in bed that night, and she had fell asleep on my chest, just like she's done a million times. And her phone goes off, and I see a text message from her ex that says, "Congratulations." One, she was not supposed to be talking to this man because the week before that, she admitted to me that she had been spending time over at his house. So I grabbed her thumb and opened up her phone and started scrolling through it. Well, as soon as I opened it up, I saw a text message that said, "Good morning, beautiful." And I started scrolling back, and there was sexting and talking back and forth, and then the pictures came. And I saw a picture of her in a bra and panties that I had got for her.
Oh.
So I was...
And you saw she sent that picture
to him.
To her ex?
Yes.
In the bra and panties you bought?
That I bought.
All right.
So,
Miss Holland?
Yes, Your Honor.
This don't sound too good. Is this true?
Yes, Your Honor, it is true.
well,
He always says bra and
what was
panties.
above it was enough for me. There was a picture of his penis. That was enough to sell it for me.
Wait, was there a picture of your ex's penis in the text chain, Miss Holland?
Yes, Your Honor.
I believe in honor, courage, and commitment. I always have, especially as a Marine. We don't do that kind of stuff, and I love her so much. I let that go.
You let all this go?
That's not all of it.
That's not all of it?
No, Your Honor. About a month and a half after we had found out we were pregnant, she was texting on her phone or Snapchatting, and a picture come up, and it was the exact same picture that she had sent her other ex.
So you're saying she sent the other guy the same picture of her with the bra and panties?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, so you was doing marketing. Right?
Yes, Your Honor.
I mean, was it just a bikini or was it a bra and panties? What was it?
It was just bra and panties. It never went nothing naked, ever.
But why? You have a guy that loves you. Why were you sending these pictures to these other guys?
To keep them interested.
It was the way she was raised.
because I was afraid that he was going to leave because of his past with his ex.
I left her because she was cheating on me, and I walked in on her cheating on me.
That's a pretty good reason. Okay, so is this the extent of your exhibit?
No, Your Honor.
There's more?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh boy, okay.
Text message pops up on her phone, and it is of her sexting with this other man. And the thing he said was, "I wish you were here to my penis." And they had been sexting.
This is what you saw on the phone?
Yes, Your Honor.
I wish you were here to blank my blank. This is 3 different guys.
Up until a year in our marriage, she still was talking to other men.
You can step back to the podium, Mr. Holland. Thank you for that exhibit. It was illuminating. Miss Holland, that exhibit was damaging. And you pretty much agreed to everything in it.
Because it's true, Your Honor.
So you know you basically just lit a match to your relationship.
I do, Your Honor, but at the same time, I've told him this never went any further than just texting or sexting, as he likes to call it, and I can't control what other people text me.
But you can control yourself sending pictures of you in your bra and panties that he bought. So now, Mr. Holland, because of all this, you believe that one of these guys could potentially be Bentley's biological father.
Nobody's ever been born in my family. We're a very deep Irish family, and we all have really dark hair.
I've told him 1,001 times, I was born with bleach blonde hair. I have blue eyes. I have baby pictures that look just like him.
He does look like his mother.
But I've told you, he has your big old egg head. He has your forehead, your ears, your black eyelashes. That baby is yours. And I know that he is yours.
And why are you so emotional right now, Miss Holland?
Because I was raised without a father. I want my kids to have their dad in their life.
Mr. Holland,
Yes, Your Honor.
are you able to bond with Bentley?
He's my world.
So you've established this beautiful relationship. And I'm sure he's saying daddy or dad-ass something.
He says dad.
Dad,
That was
dad.
his first word.
Of course. And he is your world.
He is.
But you are not able to rest comfortably in your role as father because you don't know if he is truly your biological son.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
I wake up in the middle of the night not knowing if he's mine.
That's what you're thinking about?
That and all the times I've caught her lying to me and cheating on me and stuff.
What if her ex is Bentley's father? Where do we go from here?
I have no clue. How are you supposed to be a father to something, a beautiful child that's not yours, that another man needs to be taken care of because it's a man's job to be a father?
All right. Well, Ms. Holland, you admit to every destructive thing you've done to basically rip through the fabric of your marriage.
Yes, Your Honor.
Has Bentley ever met your ex?
No, Your Honor.
But if your ex is the father, he will be around Bentley.
And he has the right to because he is biologically his dad. He will have the right to be able to know that that's his kid.
If he wants anything to do with him.
That's the point.
You realize what you just testified to, don't you?
Yes.
How could Bentley potentially 2%, 1% be your ex's biological child if you've never, ever slept with anybody else besides Mr. Holland?
I haven't, Your Honor. I was just initiating that if he was, he would have the right as a father to be there, but he's not.
So just to be clear, I'm not going to be surprised when I open this envelope because your testimony at the end was very different from your testimony at the beginning.
There's not going to be any surprises. He's the father.
All right, Jerome. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics and they read as follows. In the case of Holland versus Holland, when it comes to 2-year-old Bentley Holland, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Holland, you are the father.